Hey, welcome to Game Face Monday. I am Lee Wolf, sitting here as usual with Richie Bello. Today we have a special show with a very different topic than we've covered before, and I'm actually looking forward to learning a lot from these gentlemen. The topic is, what if something happens to me? And I'm going to get into that a little bit more in just a little bit. But we have Billy Hedge with us today, who's an internet manager with a Mazda dealer that achieved #1 in customer satisfaction. But even more importantly, he is an advocate for programs for dealers that cost as little as possible, but it helps to retain. They help to retain better employees. Second piece of the puzzle, we have Macario Alvarez, who is a trainer in the life insurance industry. And then we have Bob Mann, who's a business consultant who is highly recognized for his strategic growth. So before we get a little further into the topic today, we're going to run a quick promo for our sponsor, Shop Smart Autos.
So we all know it's commonplace in the auto industry that customers will come and then they go. But why? Was it a better price? Did they go with a different make? Is it a sales training issue? Maybe it's a marketing problem. And if you knew why, could you take back a portion of that business? First things first, you need data. And Shop Smart Autos for dealers has your solution, the VIN Retention Report. Our VIN Retention Report can give you the inside scoop on VINs you held onto and the VINs you lost. But that's not all. What if you could know where the customers and your VINs ended up? For example, if Mrs. Smith purchased a vehicle from you 2 years ago and traded that vehicle in a mile away for the same make but a newer model, why didn't she come back to you? Now with that data, you can reach out. You can target her with a service deal that brings her back into your dealership and gives her the stellar experience she's looking for, while potentially flipping her back to your sales floor for a deal she never knew she could get. That's just one way our VIN Retention Report can help. So take 15 minutes with us today, and we'll show you how the power of data can increase your ROI with the Shop Smart Autos for Dealers VIN Retention Report. Set up your appointment today.
All right, so that was our VIN Retention Report with Shop Smart Autos. If you want to know where the VINs you kept, the VINs you lost, where the customers ended up, and then how to target those people and get them back into your dealerships, you don't want to be a marketing company or a dealership that doesn't have access to that report. It's an incredibly important tool. So the show today, again, is about what if something happens to me. Now, I've worked in both a couple of industries. I've been in automotive, and I've also been in marketing, which are two industries that are extremely high stress. It's all, you're as good as the last thing you did, numbers, hitting marks. Why did the guy down the road sell this many cars? We only sold this many cars. You're always planning. You're planning for your next sale. You're planning how to do better. But are you planning for, what if something happened to me? What are you leaving behind? What is that legacy that you leave behind for your family? And I believe today that these three gentlemen are going to be able to give us a pretty unbelievable perspective. I just spent an hour with them learning more on life insurance and retention because of programs like this than I've ever learned in my life. So, Richie, where would you like to start with this?
Well, the first thing is I want to congratulate William Hedge. I mean, he put such a great team together. He reached out to me. I know him since he started in the car business 4 or 5 years ago. And it's amazing when he reached out to me. I didn't really understand when he told me about financial planning / life insurance. He got my ear and my heart, because I have a lot of friends out there that are not on earth anymore that had tremendous talent, and they left earth and their family has really had a little bump on the road. So that being said, what I would like to see is our industry as a whole. We know what the average life expectancy is, and it's just has a lot to do with go. And it has to do a lot with our eating habits and all that. I mean, I used to weigh 510 pounds, uh, you know, heroes and all that kind of stuff. So that this is an important product line for what happens when what happens to you. So it's very important. So that being said, I'm going to give congratulations to William. Great job in putting this team like you would always do. You would put the winning team together, and you're a great leader in that perspective. So I'm going to give the mic to William to start this.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it as well too. I appreciate you all being able to meet with me and Bob Mann and Macario Alvarez as well too. We have a lot to share about as well, and definitely looking forward to sharing our product with you as well too. It is a great company as well, and we definitely are very serious about helping others with their loved ones about learning about life insurance as well.
Okay, awesome. And William, from a retention standpoint, from the employee standpoint, obviously we're looking to do what's best for the employee, and the intentions are good. But also from their perspective, how do you, from the retention perspective, how do you see that affecting the employees?
You're with in the employees auto industry can be stressful. Like literally, it can be stressful. You're not meeting your quota. Like every month, your managers are going to ask you to do 30 cars or more. Or have you make about 50 to 100 phone calls as well too. If you get a client, first thing in the morning, then you're spending about 30-40 minutes with a customer if they're very undecisive, whatever they want. So it can be stressful, like 99 bell to bell, as well too. Like it gets up to you as well too. Bob Mann, he's in the industry. That's how I know him as well too. I've known him for like well over 3 years, and me and him have worked several car deals together as well. And it's definitely it takes a lot out of you. Yeah.
So Bob, and I don't know if you want to defer to Macario yet, but as an overall perspective on employee retention, how do you feel that this product helps?
Well, the product today, first of all, thank you for all you guys having me on here, and William giving us the opportunity to express some of this greatness that has come out of what I've learned in the last 24 months. About something after what's happened to me in my life, as far as going through the stress for 35 years of my life, and figuring out that the average general manager in a store, they've said, only lives without a health issue to about 50 to 55 years old in the car industry, because of the stress that William mentioned, et cetera, and the big quotas that they give people. So what we're bringing to the table today, going into a second half of my life, learning through hard stroke experiences, et cetera, is that what this, it's not only a product, it's also a lifestyle. And I will let Macario take a few minutes to obviously give you some of the great things that are available for us, and also give you his experience of what it's done for him and his clients in just the last 2 to 3 months, as this new company we have created has only been open for about less than 100 days. And we've accumulated over 12,000 new agents doing it to help people. Macario, I'll let you talk.
Yeah, Macario, actually, before we, you're on mute right now, but before we went live, you blew my mind with the many aspects, and I'm not going to let any cats out of the bag here. I'm going to let you do that. But I always thought of life insurance as you pay a company, you keep paying them, and then you die, and then you get a big check for your family. And that's the only aspect that I ever understood about life insurance. The many levels of tools and help that you were talking about before we went live were unbelievable. So I know definitely our listeners are going to want to hear more about that.
Yeah, thank you guys for having me, William. It's been a pleasure. I know we're going to be doing some great things and stuff. A little quick background on myself. You know, I've been in automotive for the last 18 years, more on the custom builds, radical designs. You know, we were generally the first to apply different aspects on vehicles. So I have a long history with automotives. I love automotives. It's in my blood. But the automotive industry left me high and dry. So after 18 years of being in the automotive industry, I virtually walked out with nothing. And so after putting that and earning so much money and respect and, building a name for myself, I had to switch it up and really just kind of focus on myself. So Bob and I got together. William's now part of the team, and now we're just killing it. And so with that being said, 95% of the population, the American population, has no idea what a product like this is. I don't even like to call it life insurance because it's so much more value to it. Whether you are a young person starting off in life, whether you are a 1-year-old child, whether you have a career and you have a home, there is a product for every aspect of your life. It's going to help you in need if you ever find yourself in a situation where you don't have an income coming in. This can replace your income. There's something called living benefits. We can go over that in a little bit more of a detail. We also have cash accumulation. We're able to we're able to strategize and really specifically put in place what we're looking to do for each individual client. Generally, we'll sit down for about 45 minutes. I'll do a quick analysis on the family and seeing what their goals are. And then finally, we're able to secure money safely with guarantees. We're able to structure a life after work, which would be a retirement. The system right now, they've raised it to 71 years old for retirement. Most people are going to live into their 80s. That's 15 years. Your retirement should go 20 to 30 years. The current system right now is not going to set you up for that. You need to take control of these things. And this is a product that we can help you with. So we can get into details. I'm not sure how much time I got specifically right now, but I don't want to take too much. But what we would generally do is put a strategy together for every family, every person. And here's the thing. What we offer is available to everybody because the criteria that we're looking for is 3 things, which we all have. We're all going to age, we're all going to get sick, and we're all going to pass. And so our product handles all of those aspects of it, regardless of age, regardless of race, regardless of gender. It's all the same thing.
Yeah, absolutely. So just if you could just draw a few comparisons between someone just pays into a 401k or the product that you're offering, just a few highlights like we were talking about before the show of just the unbelievable benefits.
Yeah. So a 401k specifically is, you pay into a 401k. So a 401k, 2 things. One is you're putting money in that is pre-tax. And so what's going to happen is that money is going to generate through a lifetime. Most people feel excited that they have, $250, $450, $1,000 in an account. But here's the thing that most people don't realize is that when you pull that money out, regardless at any time in your life, it's going to be taxed. You're going to pay anywhere from 33 to 40% tax on that money. If you pull it out before the age 59 and a half, you're going to get a 10% penalty fee, right? If you don't pull it out before age 71 or 72, they're going to force you to pull it out. and they can tax you up to 80% if you don't do that. The other thing that you have in mind is Social Security. Both of those products are government issued product. You can't have both. You can only have one or the other. And that's the thing that people don't realize. They don't understand that you can have one or the other. You can still take money from one, but they also are going to charge you a higher tax to pull from it. So let's say you pull everything from your 401k and you're going to take some out of your Social Security. They're going to tax that close to about 80%, and whatever is left is what you're going to have. The other comparison is a 401k is subject to market loss. And what that means is that the funds that you contribute every paycheck is being put into the market. So when the market takes a hit, you're taking a hit. I've come across families that have lost hundreds of thousands, even millions of dollars in a single day because of what's going on in the market. Now, obviously, we know the big times, right? 2008, 2017, close when COVID was around. When you have your money in other policies, specifically in IUL, that money is protected. It's guaranteed. It's guaranteed to save you on the principal, not just the growth, but the principal and the growth is 100% guaranteed contractually in writing. And so when the market has an upswing, you take advantage of that. When the market starts to dip, it locks you in place. Now, this is different than an index fund, right? An index fund is doing something similar, but not the same gains. This is an index strategy because the money is not in the market. It's crediting you. It's crediting you of what the market is doing. And so the philosophy here is zero is the hero. Imagine if you never took a step back. What if you were always just falling forward? That's huge, because if you're never taking a step back, trying to earn money that you lost, you're always just gaining money. And so there are statistics out there. You guys can Google it as much as you want, the benefits and things like that. Now, going back specifically to the 401k, these funds, you can also pull out money in a form of a loan. You can set that up and you can take out funds pretty much from day one. These products are meant to be in there for long term. Generally, the idea is to let it grow and accumulate for a greater portion of 7 to 10 years, depending on how you have it structured. But if life happens, as we know, you can access it immediately. The only time you can really lose in a deal like this is if you cancel the policy before 10 years. You will be hit with some fees. You will be hit with some surrender fees. Right. But after that, you're not paying for a product. You are paying for your future. And that's the other mindset you have to kind of just take away from it. You're not paying for something that you're going to get someday. No, you're making a payment towards your future and you're allowing it to grow. And then going back to what you said, Lee, the life insurance that most people are aware of, and this is what we say in the industry, this is your grandfather's life insurance. You pay and you pay and you pay, and at the end of it, you get a benefit, right? A death benefit. Now, you can accumulate cash. It protects your assets. It gives you living benefits. The living benefits are you being able to tap in prior to death. They also give you accelerated benefits. So if there's a terminal illness, they'll give you like 95% of the money up front if you're diagnosed with a terminal illness and you got like 2 years to live or something like that. Now, here's the thing. It's not for everybody. You still have to qualify for it, right? You still have to. So when you learn about life insurance, the things that have a factor into it is age, gender, and health. So as soon as you learn about life insurance, you should go research it and you should obtain it. You're never going to be younger than you are today. Your health may not be better than it is today. And, when you achieve it and you have it, that's just going to be something that's built long time. And so the other thing is people get these for their children. I used to think that would be like a bad thing, right? To put life,
almost twisted, right?
Yeah. But the benefit it is that now you are locking in your child to be guaranteed coverage for their entire life. So once they have coverage, they can't lose coverage. And so they're guaranteed to be issued. And so let's say, you know, they contract something in their early 20s or 30s, they would never be able to get any type of life insurance. But if they have it as a child, then that just grows. And then out of that is you can make small contributions. And we all know what compounding interest is. I don't think we all know how it works. We would teach you how it works. But if you're compounding interest on a very, very small number for, let's say, 50 to 60 years as a child, that's going to accumulate to huge numbers. Very, very huge numbers. I'm sorry, Richie, you had your hand up here for a quick second.
I wasn't going to wait for you to be done. So I'm in the automotive sector. I'm in a dealership, right? I'm a general manager. So I'm looking at this show. And let's say I have no life insurance. Let's say the dealership gives me $75,000. I made $300,000. Right away, this show has my attention. Why? Not because of me, because I need to protect my family, right? So right away, the one thing about me is I'm a very good family guy, right? So I'm looking at my family first, my family second, and my family third, because that's why I have to generate big income, right? Because of the people I have around me. As a business person, the same way. I have a team. Payroll gets hit Friday, I owe it. That hour, I owe it again, okay? So this is a product that if I'm working for a dealership, I'm doing it. As an entrepreneur in the enterprise level, Mr. Dealer, talk to these guys. Why? Because what you have, they can inspect it and find out if you can get the same product or better, more feasible. Why do I say that? Because we have somebody here, Bob Mann, that's been in the automotive sector, has had his own dealership. So he knows how to go into the office and talk to the controller and look at your journal and says, wait a minute, you're paying too much. Insurance, life insurance, and financial is the same thing as technology. You don't want to buy too much that you're not going to use because it gets obsolete. Well, it's the same way. So you have a team here that's professionals in the automotive sector. That being said, don't expect your people to do anything. Inspect. So now you have an inspection process that tells you if you're buying something right for your people, or you might be overpaying without even realizing that you're overpaying, not because they're charging you more, not because it's a price thing, is because of what are they giving you for that price? Could you get something better with this team? Why do I say that? Because I'm in the automotive sector, but I see these couple of professionals that are in the automotive sector. Start with William, Mr. Alvarez, Mr. Mann, right? So now we have something that's telling me, Richie, at least ask the question, right? So as far as enterprise level for dealerships or automotive groups, I would at least make a phone call. Hey, listen, you guys are in the car business. Could you help me? What do you think? This is what I'm paying now. All right. Now, that's important because we have three guys that are in the automotive sector and have the experience and know what our sector is about. Average lifespan anywhere from 65 to 68. Doing the right thing by our employees. Our people doing the right thing by their families. That's key. Why is that so important? Because a guy that's out there or a lady that's out there has worked hard for you for the last 10 or 15 years, brought you to all kinds of awards, all kinds of levels, right? Now it's time for you to give back, right? Now it's time for you to protect their family so when they do leave, hopefully nobody will leave. We want to stay here till we're a million years old, right? Well, we ain't elephants, okay? That's not happening. So we don't have a long time on earth. This reality is short term, we're only here part time, actually. So let's set up our families the right way. If I'm making 30 or 40,000, I know that anybody could do that, guys. You know what I mean? But in the automotive sector, you're talking about $150. Okay, you're talking about a general manager, 350. I know plenty of general managers in the Florida area, Hyundai stores, Kia stores, all that. They're making 350, 400 grand, working for massive groups. I know as a fact that they might not have insurance because you don't think about financial planning when you're making money. You don't think about these things. You go buy something. They tell me, would you like a receipt? You know what I say? No, what I want you to show me is how much money I'm going to make tomorrow because I already spent the money. Who cares about a receipt? I have it in my bank account. I know what I spent. Okay, so why am I going to walk around with a ton of paper? For what?
Real quick on that, Richie. Most entrepreneurs and most business owners have zero life insurance.
Correct.
They think their business is going to take care of it. And that is not
true. Here's why. A salesperson goes to sleep because he knows he doesn't have a problem tomorrow, because tomorrow comes in, we dress up, put our shoes on, find me an up or a customer and watch what I do. And I could be dead broke. I could have car insurance late. I can have all these things. I don't plan anything. I don't plan nothing. What I plan is get me a customer. That's my plan, because that is my insurance. Okay. And there are a ton of guys like me.
And here's the benefit of the living benefits is, what does your life look like if you can't get dressed that day? What does your life look like if you can't go out for a week, a month, a year?
Right.
These are going to be the benefits that you can tap into. This is what we call an income replacement.
Right.
You get hurt, you get sick, you can't produce. You are able to tap into these funds. This can protect you for a year, 6 years, whatever it may be. This will critical injury, critical sickness. They even has Alzheimer. They even have paternity for women that can't or having trouble conceiving. There's a lot of different umbrellas that these carry over and help the people with. There are more policies being paid out now with these living benefits as it was before, right? Because you had two types of insurance. You had a whole life and you had a term. 80 to 85% of term insurance isn't paid on because it's a window of what they're covering. And then at the end, you would just get the death benefit. But now there's a huge amount of money being paid, right? Because the insurance companies are very, very smart. How can we help the public, but also how can we make more money? And so they've tapped on a little bit more for the living benefits, but not so much more where it's going to really hurt the pocket. Now, here's the other part of that. People don't know what they can qualify for. People are afraid of it. People don't know how accessible this stuff is. Reach out to us, reach out to William, reach out to anybody that you know that's in the industry. That's how important it is. There is so much of the population out there that has nothing like this, not prepared for it. And it's just, we are going to be in a state of disarray very, very soon. And when we talk about retirement, the average 60 to 69-year-old person right now only has about $182,000 in their savings. $182,000. Do you think that's going to get them past a few years? This is why you see elderly at Walgreens and Walmarts, you know, doing the receipts. This is why you've seen much, much older people back into the workforce, because they have ran out of money.
Mm-hmm.
There's so many other statistics that are out there that regardless of where you're at in age, we can help you. We can help you.
And
wow, that's unbelievable.
Sorry, the name of the product and how they would reach out.
Yeah, so our company is Global Financial Impact. You can reach out to me directly on LinkedIn, which is Macario Alvarez, and you can look me up under GFI Global Financial Impact. Can I put my phone number right here? You guys can send me a phone message, or I don't
What's
know.
your phone number?
Oh, yeah, you got my email right there. So Macario@gfi@gmail.com. Macario period GFI.
And your phone number?
My phone number is 408. Yeah, you could do it. 661-3867.
3867.
And so, you know, we are on a mission to help families. That's one of our core features. We want to be inspiring families to act again, to take action. We already know what Social Security is doing. We already know how flawed the 401k is. And we also know how flawed, healthcare can be. So imagine being able to tap into another market that's going to give you protection. And most people are surprised when I work out a strategy or a quote. They're just amazed by it. I get, how can this be true? Is this true? It's too good to be true. And so we go through the whole scenario. Now, this really depends on health and age. So we want to do it as soon as possible. But I can tell you our company has been doing very, very well, that we've been getting 95% approvals. So this is also the availability to really have a network of carriers that we work with. And so if somebody has a underlying condition, then, we'll set them up with the right company. If they have, let's say a DUI or something, because these are all things that impact how a insurance company is going to rate you, right? And so we're able to get pretty much most people some coverage. Whether it's small coverage or large coverage, you'd be very, very surprised. No more, having to do a car wash. No more, having to do a GoFundMe. Let your families grieve in those needs. But this does so much more before you even get to that. If you need care at home, there's a payout for that. If you get sick and you can't work, there's a payout for that. If you need additional income stream, there's a payout for that. There's a payout that you can have one of these policies and you can annuitize it. When you annuitize it, you can create an income for life. And when I say income for life, I mean from the time that you start your distributions all the way till death. Even if death is 110, 115, 120 years.
It all sounds it sounds like an incredible tool, and we can you definitely have the information there up on screen. And Richie,
okay. If it's okay, what I'd like to say is please reach out to William, because we're also looking for opportunity for people to join our team to bring this out to more families, to be able to share all this greatness to more people out there in the public. We need your help. We need people to come out and support us and have William and Macario be able to share this information. It's not only about sharing this information, it's being able to get more of us to be able to share this information to the whole world, to the families, to everybody out there. We really need this kind of support, and that's why if you reach out to Macario, you're more than welcome to join our team. Remember, today we have people that have cancer, that have had diabetes, and still getting approved as of today. I can tell you we have technology now with no blood test, no nothing, that are getting approved for cancer, everything as of we speak right now.
Awesome. All right. And Richie, did you just want to talk quickly
I
about
just want to say thank you to William to bring in this great team, and I really look forward and seeing you guys scale into something really, really good. That being said, guys, thanks a lot from the bottom of my heart. God bless you, and have a very, very good day. Thank you.
Have a good one. Thanks.
You too. Thank you, Richie.